For online business success, take good calculated risks. It is essential for every online business owner to learn how to take calculated risks. It is easy to let a boss or a company you work for take all the risks, but that is not possible when you are the sole proprietor. There is a big difference, of course, in taking blind chances and carefully researching how to minimize and accept certain risks. Courageous risks are life-giving, they help you grow, make you brave, and better than you think you are. Joan L. Curcio. I really like that phrase, that courageous risks are life-giving. Reaching out and pushing ourselves can actually be energizing. It can help us from getting in a rut and just accepting where we are in our circumstances. However, we are perhaps so afraid to fail that we never try anything that involves risk. My father used to use the term calculated risk. I would never advocate charging ahead without analyzing the potential consequences. Nevertheless, there are usually many things we can do to minimize the risk and improve our chances for a good outcome. You consider yourself to be an individual who always plays it safe? If your answer is yes, can you also say you are fully reaching your potential? Likely, if you rarely take chances, you might not be achieving your goals and dreams. It helps to understand that there are essentially good risks and bad risks. We won't always make the right call, but determining which risks are worthwhile to try is a very important skill to develop. Benefits of taking calculated risks: if you take a risk, it could possibly lead to something outstanding that you were not even considering. Each time you also gain experience, courage, and confidence. Additionally, we often learn just as much from our setbacks as we do from our victories. When we succeed after taking a risk, it can build in us strength and a more positive attitude. Realistic consequences of risks: of course, with most risks there is the chance that you could fail. The seriousness of the consequences can vary a lot depending on the task we failed to accomplish. It is important ahead of time to consider the worst-case scenario. Is it something that you can live with or recover from if the worst happens? Of course, it would not really involve risk if there were nothing to lose. Researching, planning, and preparing will help you minimize or sometimes even avoid risks altogether. Preparing yourself ahead of time to accept the consequences will help a great deal. Then if things go wrong, it will not be so devastating. Determine if this is a reasonable risk or if it is not worth the potential outcome. Also consider other important people in your life. How will they be affected and how will they react if things do not go well? Take action or quit. Writer Peter McWilliams said, "To avoid situations in which you might make mistakes may be the biggest mistake of all." Never let the fear of taking a risk cripple you from any progress altogether. Some people may take weeks, months, or even years trying to decide if they should take a chance on something. Nevertheless, there comes a point when you simply need to decide and then move on. If you are struggling that hard to make the decision, it may be best to just quit. Some will tell you to never quit, but I don't believe that at all. There are times when it is best to cut our losses, move forward, and never look back. It will never be helpful to keep dwelling on the negative possibilities or to get stuck with indecision. At the same time, if you believe there is merit in taking the risk, do not procrastinate any longer. Take action and try every way you can think of to make it work. In summary, risk-taking and risk-avoiding are both appropriate at times. To succeed with an online business, it is vital to learn when to take risks and when to hold back. It is also just as important to follow through and courageously take those risks that will propel you to the next level.